Oh, hey, who's going to the Paul Bunyan show up in Ohio? Let me know down in the comments if you're planning on going. Now, if you're new to our channel and you're here because of the house build and you think, well, I don't care anything about sawmill content and log splitters and all of that, stick around and give us a shot on this stuff, because not only are we building this house because of all of this stuff, but when we get to the inside of the house, we're going to be using this sawmill and a lot of the things that we can do with the sawmill to finish out the inside, making beams and doing some things on the inside that I think will make it our own. Well, hey there, hobby homesteaders. Welcome back to Peak's Peak. My name's Lucas, and we're sharing our hobbies on 38 acres in eastern Kentucky. And for those of you who follow our channel, you haven't seen this view in a while. We've been doing our property cleanup week, and I'm finally to the point where I got things in decent shape around here. So now I got to clean up some messes I left over. Now, I say I left over, but Cameron helped. But I've got slabs out the wazoo here that I've got to get cut up. And I really have just been wanting to run the log splitter, run the chainsaw, and do a little bit of that because I've been away from it for several months. And I've got some things to talk about today. This is not a sponsored video, but I'm going to talk about a couple of companies because I had two different companies do something really nice for me this week, and it really made my day. And so I'm going to share that with you guys. And the story of today's video is, be nice. If you're thinking something good about someone, share it. I'm not trying to get too sappy and all that, but you know, we're all just out here trying to get along, and sometimes having somebody pat you on the back just can really help you out when things are stressful, because we're all busting our tails out here and things get stressful. We worry about things. You never know when you speaking up, patting somebody on the back and telling them good job is going to make the difference. Now, it's been so long since I've run any of this stuff that I'll just be honest, I don't know what chains are sharp, what are not, what kind of shape everything's in. I've ended up here without my fuel, so that may be the deciding factor on what we get done today. Oh, we got fuel in the 250. That's good. Yeah, oil looks good. I don't know, chain don't feel real sharp, but it probably would get us through it. I'll tell you what I'm going to do first is, a while ago, probably 6 weeks ago, there was a local friend of the channel reached out to me because I made some crafts out of some of the slabs off of the board, and they were interested in getting a hold of some of those slabs, and they live pretty close by. So I told them when I got a chance to get to the Woodyard and check out the slab table, I'd see what I had and help them out. Well, it's been an embarrassingly long time since I've been in the Woodyard, but I'm back, and I finally got into the Woodyard, and as luck would have it, Cameron just milled a log because he's working on the lumber for his deck that he's going to build on the back of his house, and he put a couple of nice slabs on here that I think are going to work out good for what they were wanting. So the first thing I'm going to do is, before I cut up this pile into firewood, I'm kind of going to go through what I can get to and try to find a few decent pieces of wood for them. And I think this one right here on top is going to be a great candidate. So let's see if my steel chainsaw is mad at me, since I did a Husqvarna Weed Eater review the other day. Ooh, sounds good. Yeah, we'll let her warm up a little bit. This chain feels pretty good, needs tightened, but hope. Ah, yeah, we got a scrunch. I don't have many of my tools with me, but I don't have that much to do here, so I think this will get us through. All Won't have much fuel, but we might get through a table of cuts. Got plenty of oil in there anyway. Yeah, we might as well go ahead and warm this one up. There we go. I think these will be real nice. I'll see if I've got any more. Clean some of this off and we'll run it after we clean the table once. Yeah, I'm gonna have to school Cameron on how to stack on the table because I make sure that I get them straight so that it's easy to cut. So unfortunately, Cameron, you caused me a bunch of extra work here, buddy. But that's all right. I like to see him getting out and doing it. And I didn't have time to come over and kind of give him the class like I do sometimes because I was working on the house that day. And I was under the gun for some reason trying to get some particular step done. I think the next step I'm going to do is go ahead, give this table a run through, chopping it into firewood slabs. I've got my burn barrel going. It is stupid dry, so I don't want to get it too smoking hot, but I've got lots of scraps around here, so I'm just trying to get rid of a few of those. Last cut, run out of gas. All right, feels good to fire up a chainsaw again. All right, let's load this pallet up with firewood and take it over to the split fire, huh? I think that'll be a good job for us. Now, the point of this video, I'm gonna share with you guys what made my week. And it started out a couple of days ago. I was up here mowing, and actually, you know, the video that came out a couple before this one, I talked about, I was up here mowing around the Woodyard, and I talked about how I was missing running the log splitter, and that I hope to get to this week and be able to clean up this table and run the split fire. And I was looking forward to that. Well, when I shut off the tractor and checked my phone, I had a missed call from Ontario, Canada. I do business with several awesome companies up there in Canada, including Bommalite, Easton Made, and Splitfire. And so I thought, well, you know, I'll see what they wanted. They left a voicemail, and they said, nothing major, just give us a call back tomorrow. And so the next day, when I got a chance, I gave them a call, and they said, we didn't really need anything, Lucas. We just kind of wanted to check in and tell you, one, sales have been going good, and people have been using our commission link, and so that helps their business, and they said thank you for that. And then they also said that they've been enjoying our content, and they just wanted to tell me that they were happy about things going well for my family and us being able to build the house and all of those things. And they said we really are enjoying this build series, and all of us are watching it. I really, the call couldn't have had better timing, because while I have been knee-deep in building this house, I have also had some guilt about the fact that my content changed a little bit. And the thing is, you know, not just for viewers, but for companies who have invested in putting their products on my channel, well, I've been away from some of that content, and so they haven't been getting as much exposure on the channel, and I worried about that. And what the message that they gave me was, listen, we want you to be real and make the content that you make, and just like everyone else that has a wood splitter, you're not going to use it all the time. You're not going to need a wood chipper every day or every week. So it's not natural to make that content every week. So when you need it, get it out and use it. Otherwise, just keep doing what you're doing. That meant so much to me, to hear a company say that and understand our side of what's taking place here. That meant a lot to me. But that wasn't the only cool call that I got this week. I'll tell you about the next one after we take this load over there and run it through the Splitfire 2265. This is one of the funnest pieces of equipment that I own. I look for opportunities to use it because I really enjoy it. All right, let's fire this thing up. Almost worked. So, the other call that I got. So, phone rang, it was a number I didn't recognize, Central City, Kentucky. I get all kinds of spam calls just like all of you. Are you guys pre-approved for loans and they need to finalize your paperwork? I think I'm getting all of your calls. I get those calls nonstop. But I didn't answer this call and they left a voicemail. And I always kind of take a glance at it and make sure it was a junk call. And this one wasn't. It was Jerry's ReSharp. Now you might have noticed my hat, Timberdog Platinum. I told you I wasn't running the Splitfire splitter because Splitfire called me, but I am wearing the Timberdog hat because Jerry's ReSharp called me. It just reminded me that I had this cool hat. But they called and left a message and said, hey, Lucas, we just wanted to make sure you had our number, and if you ever need anything, give us a call. We appreciate everything you do. Have a good day. That's the voicemail. And I thought, well, that was nice. I'm going to give him a call back, talk to him for a minute. I'm not going to give his name out on here because he may not want me to share that. But I called him back and I said, hey, this is Lucas. I said, I screened your call. I didn't know it was you. So I just thought I'd call you back so we could officially meet over the phone. And he said, listen, I didn't need anything. I just wanted to tell you thanks for the business that you have brought us, because it has been a real impact and you have a large following and we really appreciate getting to grow our business. Something along those lines. And you know, this is a Kentucky business where they are buying steel, turning it into saw blades and welding them up to the correct size for all the different sawmills that are out there. And if you have a Mech sawmill, they know all of the sizes that are needed to fit all of the models of the Mech sawmills, and they will hook you up. But he said, we've had an impact on their sales, and he just wanted to say thank you and let me know that what we were doing was working. And that was another one of those calls that I really needed, because I haven't fired up the mill in like 3 months since we finished up the equipment shed. And, you know, Jerry's ReSharp has been real good to keep me in saw blades, and I appreciate that. It's a big deal. And so I feel an obligation to use their products occasionally, and it's been a while. But they said, oh no, we're following the house build and we love it. We love what you're doing and we really appreciate it. And so I just kind of let him know that, hey, you know, your part in this, and Mech and Bombalite and Splitfire and Easton Made and all these other brands that are helping us out are making my dreams come true. These calls came at the perfect time to let me know that we're headed in the right direction and we're doing things right and we're keeping our sponsors happy and hopefully keeping our viewers happy. Our view counts on our videos have been pretty good lately, and so I hope you guys are enjoying the content. But I needed that. You know, this is all uncharted waters for me, and I'm just doing the best I can to do right by everybody I work with and to do right by you guys who are watching our channel. Being able to have somebody just call me up for no reason other than to say, thanks, you're doing a good job. That means a lot to me. Boy, the chains were pretty sharp. We got some nice sawdust on these, and lots of it. I am not finding a lot of really good artistic looking slabs in this mess. The really good ones come when you make a slab cut and then you end up taking a board off that has live edge on the sides. Those make really nice artsy slabs. Like if that was a complete one, that one wouldn't be bad, but it's all tore up there. So that may be all we get out of this pile. All right, I didn't get all the way through the rest of those with the cuts, so we'll have to pull him over here. Oh, hey, who's going to the Paul Bunyan show up in Ohio? So I went last year and I met Andrew Easton from Easton Made. I met the guys that run Split Fire that set us up with the log splitter and the wood chipper. I met Adam from Hometown Acres there. And I got to actually meet Nathan from Out of the Woods in person for the first time. I talked to him some, but I'd never actually met him. So yeah, the Paul Bunyan show is a good time, and I probably will go again this next year. May take Caden with me too. He had a good time. Let me know down in the comments if you're planning on going. Now, if you're new to our channel and you're here because of the house build and you think, well, I don't care anything about sawmill content and log splitters and all of that, I would ask you to stick around and give us a shot on this stuff, because not only are we building this house because of all of this stuff, but when we get to the inside of the house, we're going to be using this sawmill and a lot of the things that we can do with the sawmill to finish out the inside, making beams and doing some things on the inside that I think will make it our own, and I think you'll enjoy that. It's pretty cool to create your own stuff and then turn it into something you can use. And we've done it with the sawmill shed, we've done it with the equipment shed behind me. I have two really nice looking oak beams right here. They're a little bit bigger than 6x6s, over 16 foot long, and I've been leaving them out here in the weather for the house build. Now, I haven't ran that by Jana yet, and so I don't know if she wants them weathered or not. So I may have caused myself more work and have to get the planer out, but I've got them and they're weathered just in case. I think I want the weathered look. We'll see. All right, let's fire this splitter up and knock out this stack, and then we'll put the rest of these slabs on there and finish this thing up. Guys, that may be a first. I did all of this slab cutting and hauling over here on this pallet on the Bommalite, and I didn't spill one single piece off of the pallet moving it over here. If you've ever driven one of these mini skid steers, you know that's a feat, because some of my buddies call this the Brommalite because it's like riding a bull sometimes if you've got rough ground. I just love it. It's so much fun to run. It's so handy, tight spaces and all this, it's great. just like old times. This was a good night. I really enjoyed this. Had a good time firing up the old equipment and cleaning everything up. It looks a lot nicer around here. And yeah, I mean, I'm still feeling good from the nice calls that I got. And I just wanted to share that because when somebody does something nice for you, then you need to pass it along. So if you get the opportunity to, think of somebody that you can give a pat on the back. They may need it. And it's appreciated more than you'll ever know. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, getting to hang out in the wood yard for a little bit. Until next time, get outside and enjoy God's creation because it's beautiful out here. Y'all have a good day.